Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Tim Azan here with another crypto update. This is very serious, guys. We're having a crazy move down right now, so I wanted to make this emergency update and keep everyone updated from the technical side of things. So, first of all, brief recap from the previous video. Um, we were looking at the bounce from this zone, which we got perfectly, really nice move up. I gave this previous monthly open as a strong resistance point to you guys. You can see why if you search back on the chart from this range. We've rejected from it many, many times, and we rejected from it again. We were looking for higher prices, but we said this could be a strong rejection point. I actually took a short on the retrace of this initial move down and got stopped out from this candle right here. Super unfortunate. On Twitter, if you're updated on there, and on my private Telegram group, we were looking for a bounce at this golden pocket right here, which matched the yearly open. Really strong confluence level, and we got a decent bounce, but I mean, we just could not sustain it. And on this day, the stock market just nuked as well. So super unfortunate. That was a really high probability zone for me. Um, Obviously we did get the bounce, but not what I wanted to see. So yeah, let's go out of this, zoomed in view and look at the larger range right now. And that is all that it is, guys. You need to zoom out and look at the entire price action and realize that we've been in this range since November of 2024. So yeah, when you look at it like that, you know, not much has really happened. Yeah, we've gotten some nice pumps, but we've also gotten some dumps, and now we're back at the same price from, over a year ago. So here's what we need to do. First of all, whenever there's a range, you mark out your range highs and your range lows, which are down here, right? So we already have that marked. But you can see from the range high, when we got there, we swept the range high, and that was the top, and now we're going all the way down to range lows. So that's why I expect a similar scenario where we come down and we can sweep these range lows from April 2025. And we have some additional confluence points there. So um, first of all, actually, if you remember and have been following this channel for a while, I know there's a lot of new people here, but back in December, we were looking already ahead at this 97K rejection point, and that played out perfectly. Ideally, we were looking for that rejection, a retrace, and a continuation up, but I did mention that there was a huge possibility that this would be a significant top given that support in the resistance zone and that it was the golden pocket here. So yeah, unfortunately for the bulls, that was just a crazy resistance zone, and we hopped all the way back down here. But it is worth mentioning that our TA has been on point ever since back in November when I really continued with a lot of videos. So good to see that. And now let's catch the bottom. So now that this range has kind of went higher, we can adjust this TR pocket right here. And you can see that that TR pocket on the bottom section of it, this bottom fib matches perfectly with this low right here. So I do want to see this low get taken out and then a move up. And that could be a very significant bottom, but I don't know if it will be the macro bottom. So I have one additional scenario where I do have some lower price targets, which would be right here at 65,000. I think that's a really strong zone right there. And if we do get there, there's two ways to get there. Either straight down, or if we sweep this low and continue up, when we get a retracement here, that's where you want to look for longs. And I think we can get a decent move up, at least to that yearly open area. And then that's where price will decide if it wants to make that additional low here to 65. And from there, all-time highs. So that's kind of my main possibilities for now. As you can see, we're bouncing off that first area of the TR pocket very nicely as we speak. This low might not get taken also. And if it doesn't, then I would be more in the scenario that we do go up here first. And then when we finally break that low, it would be a bigger low down here. So that's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. It's worth noting that the monthly candle is closing today. So let's take a look at that briefly. Oops. So here's the monthly candle. Looks super ugly. Ideally, we need to close the candle above this wick low. It looks like we will so far for today. But I think what I'm more concerned about is the February monthly candle, because that will really decide. If we close the February candle below this April 2025 candle, that would confirm the first break of structure ever since pretty much January or April of 2022. So you can see why this break of structure would be very significant. Because if you look at this structure, we've pumped, made a low, pumped, made a low, pumped, made a low, pumped. And so you can see we never broke any of these significant structure points. Yeah, here we swept it. Here we swept it. But a sweep is totally fine. And so I do think when this new candle opens for February, it can sweep this low. It might go all the way down to that 65K target. But as long as it pumps back up and closes above it, then we're totally fine and we're in good shape. And I think we're closer to a significant macro bottom than most people realize. As for futures trading, this is the time to be patient. This is not the time to snipe the exact bottom. I'd much rather wait for the bottom to come in, see a bigger bounce, and then catch the retracement. Because in crypto especially, there's always a significant retracement. So be patient, guys. Don't just try to ape into the bottom, get stopped out, ape into the bottom again, get stopped out. You're just going to make your weekend miserable and you're going to lose a bunch of money. Be patient, wait for the bottom to be confirmed with a break of structure, and then get in on the retrace. Now I'll quickly show Ethereum's and Solana's chart because I think those are very strong alts and very relevant. So here's what I have right now. Oh, wow, I didn't even see this. So, wow, we really dumped during this video. So this is a great bounce for ETH actually. This is exactly where I wanted to buy ETH. So I might buy some right now actually, because that was a really strong bounce point. What that bounce point was, and I guess we front ran that liquidity zone, but what we were looking for is this 786 and this low right here. Now we just front ran it, and so this can play into that same scenario of Bitcoin where we have a significant bounce, we do one more low, sweep everything, and just moonshot. So I'm not 100% sure if this is the low, but look at this bounce right now. This does look pretty significant. So while we speak here, I'm actually going to buy some ETH on BitUnex, which is the best exchange. If you need that link, it's below. You can get a huge deposit bonus right now. But this looks great, guys. So far, a really nice bounce. You can see we're squeezing a ton of shorts. So this looks great so far. Now, this is exactly the type of thing I'm talking about. So let's see where price is when you guys are watching this video. But you can see on the, let's go to 1 hour time frame. It's a little bit high. Let's go 15 minute. Okay, 15 minute. You can see this right here and this right here were the last significant levels since the low. Let me just check Bitcoin real quick. Yeah, really nice bounce from the TR pocket so far, but no break of structure yet, guys. So this is how we know whether this is just a quick short squeeze or the real bottom. We need to break above this last significant swing point before we made the low. If we do, and we close the candle above here, we can even keep pumping up here, right? Wait for the candle close. When price retraces, which it always does, that's when you pull out your golden pocket, you map it out like this, you take your long position, enter at the golden pocket, stop close to the low, give it some room, and that's how you catch the actual bottom. Because if this is the actual bottom, then you're able to catch that with, a decent size stop loss, but a great R&R. I mean, imagine riding this short up or this long up to where would I target? I would target the yearly open. So this is exactly how I would trade this. It's a 4R trade. But we haven't confirmed any break of structure yet. So don't watch this video, and if we haven't confirmed that break of structure, don't just go blindly longing this. You really need to wait for confirmation, and you don't want to just catch this falling knife. So yeah, let me just finish talking about ETH. Sorry guys, I got sidetracked because during this video we got almost right where I wanted to buy. I'm not sure if we'll make that additional low. We'll see. But basically on ETH, same thing. We've been in this crazy range. And I drew this kind of triangle shape right here because you can see it's held up a lot. And we had a fake breakout of it, which actually went into a fake breakdown of it. And then we finally broke out. And then we came back right into the triangle. And so where it bounced was actually the bottom of this triangle, which is quite interesting. So let's see how that progresses. But before I saw this, what I was going to say is this 786 from the low to the high, this strong liquidity point right here, and then a mix of that triangle kind of zone is where I think a significant bottom could be in for ETH. Ideally, guys, I really want this to get swept. It doesn't have to, but it would give me a lot more confidence if we did come down one more time and sweep that. And from there, we could apply that same principle where we wait for the break of structure, it comes down again, and we long with our stop loss here, and we continue to the upside. Let's check Solana real quick. Okay, very interesting. So Solana also front ran its low right here. So it does seem like we'll make an additional low on Solana. But let's talk about the macro on Solana real quick. So right here we have equal lows on the, which time frame? I think it's 4 hour. Yeah, basically you see this wick never broke below these wicks down here. So to me, that's a strong indication that we will come down on this move to break these wicks right here. And again, if we do bounce here, we might tap that yearly open and come down and then go up again. But spoiler alert, this is the area I'm looking for. So we have a lot of good confluences here on Solana. We have a monthly fair value gap. And similar to ETH, from the very low to this high, we have a 786 right there. And then we have a big liquidity swing point. So this would be a strong buy zone for Solana. And I really don't have anything lower than that. So if we lose this, I have no idea. Don't ask me. But I do really like this zone for Solana. If we get there now, or if we go up and then come down again. It seems like a lot of coins are bouncing right now. Bitcoin is bouncing very nicely from this low on the TR pocket. That's why we have it. But again, I just want to see this wick get taken out. The thing is, though, I think a lot of people, especially on Twitter, are waiting for this wick to get taken out. So, I mean, it's not impossible for them to just front run that. So yeah, be warned in that case, in case we just pump right now. But you all know my thesis, guys. I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum every single week. And when we're in these lower prices like today, I buy a lot more than I normally do. So just be a spot buyer in the zone. This is why I don't really like altcoins, because most altcoins look terrible. Like, look at this, insane. Um, if you have some that you have some crazy thesis on, sure, go ahead and buy, I guess. But for me, Bitcoin and ETH is all you need. And oh, really important thing I wanted to mention. And guys, I know I'm all over the place. I'm excited. I'm passionate about this. But Bitcoin and ETH are the most upside potential opportunity that we have right now. And let me explain why. We have stocks at all-time highs, pretty much, right? A little bit low off the highs, maybe 5% off the highs. We had gold with a monster rally, right? We had a bit of a retrace yesterday, okay, but it already pumped. Crypto, specifically Bitcoin, is the one that hasn't pumped at the same time as all of them. So I think this is the most asymmetrical opportunity because the new Federal Reserve Chair has already said he's going to come in and cut rates, and his term starts in May, I believe. So they're going to cut rates. They're going to print money like crazy. They know that this US dollar is going to die. Check out my chart on the US dollar. We're breaking down out of this parallel channel for the first time in history, and we might close below it. I think we did close below it. Yeah, so we closed below this parallel channel. So if this US dollar decline continues, where do you think that money is going to go? It's going to go into stocks, it's going to go into gold, and it's going to go into Bitcoin. And right now you have an opportunity to buy Bitcoin 40% off the all-time highs. You can't do that with stocks. You can't do that with gold. Bitcoin is the asymmetrical opportunity where it's the highest percentage away from its all-time high, and we know that it's going to go up due to QE and money printing and lowering rates. So forget trading for a second. Position yourself accordingly with Bitcoin and ETH. We know that ETH is going to tokenize the entire financial system. We know that Bitcoin is going to be a store of value and it's going to go up during hyperinflation. So while everyone panics, start buying now. If we go even lower to our 65K area, just keep buying. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, by the way. But know what you hold, guys. I see so many people, they have Bitcoin, it goes down, they get so scared. Know what you hold. If you get scared of dips like this, you haven't done enough research into Bitcoin and you don't fully understand it. Every significant dip like this is a great opportunity to buy. And of course, we have to be objective. When we're at all-time highs, I'm not telling you guys to buy like crazy. I'm still doing my weekly DCA, but when we get into lows like this, it's a time to be a bit more aggressive. Anyways, guys, join my free Telegram where I'll be posting updates, especially if we bounce. Leave your questions in the comments. Sorry, I've been all over today, but as you can see, it's an exciting day to buy into these assets that we love and that we know will do good. I'll see you all in the next video.